Hey, love bugs. How are you, light workers? How are you doing? I know it's 10:13. Look, like I said, I've been late so many times. I don't even try to make excuses anymore about why I'm late. All I wanted to do was stop by, say hello, see how you guys are doing, and explain to you why I'm not really going to do the show today. So some of you know, last week or so, I moved into a new place and I have some workers coming to do some work on the place. And you know how they just give you that open window and say, well, from this time to this time, they'll be there. I don't want to begin doing a reading and then they come in and then I got to cut the video short. So I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do it today because I don't want the interruption. So I said I would just come in, say hello to you, beautiful light workers, see how you're doing, check in with you guys, and then from there, just let you know what's going on and say that I really, 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 really hope that I see you tomorrow on Facebook Live from 9 to 11. So, do you want to come in and say hi? Let me know who's here. If not, it's all good. Love and light. But that's what I'm doing. You see my locks just sticking up, all disrespectful. They just do what they want to do, just like kids, right? Anyway, hey, great morning, Renee, my superstar. Great morning to you. How you been doing? How are you feeling? But yeah. Oh, thank you. This whole thing, like I said, I know that you know how Murphy's Law, uh-oh, I don't like that. I'm doing. We gotta be doing better than doing. Come on now. Come through. Come through. Mm-mm. That's unacceptable for my superstar. Can't just be doing. You gotta be good. You gotta be great. You gotta be all of the good stuff that comes with the love and light. Okay? Okay. I'm glowing again, Shay. I got that high pro glow. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you, Shay. I appreciate it. I assure you, it's nothing but some good old soap and water that got this glow going. Soap and water, okay? Soap and water. And some allergy pills, okay? So, like I said, Shay, you just got here. Um, I have some maintenance, not actually maintenance. I have a contractor coming in to do some work because honestly, when I moved into this place, all right, let me just tell you the quick little story. When I moved into this place, of course, all the windows were closed, everything was there, and I opened up the door. And it was a hot day, as soon as I opened up the door, I got smacked in the face with this smell of cigarettes. Now, let me explain this smell for some of you that don't know. It was like I could tell instantly that whoever lived here was here for years and was a chronic smoker when they were here. Okay. That means like the walls are sweating nicotine tar. And that's how it smells in this house. Like I haven't even taken my clothes out of the boxes in my closet for fear that my clothes will smell like this smell. Now, my mom was a really bad chain smoker, so I know what that smells like. Oh my God. Exactly, Renee. I was like, why would you even rent this to anybody? Like, and the crazy thing is it had to have That's not going to help Shay. You talk to anybody that you mention to them that you have a chronic smoker for years, washing ain't going to do nothing. It ain't going to do nothing. Okay. So apparently you can tell that they already washed, they already painted. And apparently I thought maybe the rug need to be ripped out. Well, how about the rug is new too? So that tells you how bad it is. If the rug is new and the walls have been painted, because those are usually the two things that you do to get rid of the smell of cigarettes: rip out the carpet and do a new paint job. Oh, wow, Renee. Yeah, it's been like 75 here. So that's what's going on. My house smells like cigarettes. We have done everything from burning oil to burning oil to burning oil, burning incense. Have I even had to put? There's no ventilation in my bath, in my closet. There's no vents, so I even put an automatic air wick every 19 minutes to spray in my closet to try to neutralize the smell, and it did neutralize it a little bit. But baby, that cigarette is so bad. So where I live, they contacted somebody and said that they were going to come in and do what's considered a deodorizer. It's bad, Renee. It's bad. Okay. It's bad. And I don't smoke anything. So, my nose is on fleek. Okay. So, um, yeah. So I contacted the landlord and they was like, and I mean, oh, so I contacted them and they said they knew some people that could come in and do some type of a bomb that was supposed to be like a neutralizer that was going to take care of this, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, are you sure? Because there's no ventilation in my closet. The only thing I can do is like if the door's closed, it's just it's there's no circulation in there. Of course, in a two-bedroom apartment, whatever the case may be, my bedroom is the worst because where do you think they were freaking sleeping and laying? Well, so the people said that they could come in and what they would do is clean the vents. They go into the vents and do something and put some type of a deodorizer that is supposed to help. I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay. My house just smells like stale, congested, smells like the walls are seeping cigarettes, nicotine, tar. So that's what they said was just they were going to go into the vent and put some shit in the vent that's supposed to help. I hope it helps because it stinks. Me neither, but apparently they're going to put something in the vent. But that's the thing. This is brand new carpet. This is brand new carpet. This is brand new carpet. Brand new carpet. So what is there to shampoo? It's brand new. The smell's not in the carpet. It's in the walls. But I mean you could tell they painted. They painted. You could tell they painted. Obviously whatever they used, they didn't use some type of a neutralizing paint. And guess what if the only recourse after a while and it doesn't work, pack all this shit up and move again? Next time I pack up and move, I'm getting the hell out of here, period, completely.com. So thank you, Renee. Ask him. And make sure you implore the chronic compulsive smoker for years. And apparently I was right because they said the person lived here or whoever lived here from 2003 all the way up until 2020. So 13, what is that, 12, 13 years of smoking? No, 3, 7, that's 10. Yeah, 17 years of smoking in permeated. Like I'm sitting here now smelling cigarettes. It's nasty. It's nasty. And so my closet, I don't know how. I don't know how it's going to work, but either way, they're supposed to come in here and do something. And you're right. I very rarely run my damn AC. Like now, my windows are open. And if it wasn't for me keeping my windows open, if I had the doors closed, it would stink. Like who wants to have a house that stinks? And I know that's going to be the recourse. Well, we can move you into another apartment. Are you going to freaking pay for movers? Are you going to pay for movers to do this shit? Because I'm not doing it again. So that's what it would take. You come in here and y'all pay someone to do this shit. Because you should have did this shit before I moved in. Like, come on. You did an inspection. Other people did an inspection. The smell smacks you in the face. I don't even care if you're a cigarette smoker. You smell the shit when you walk in here. You smell it. It was so congested because it was a hot day. The windows were closed. Just pure fucking rotten cigarettes. Like this house is an ashtray. Either way, I digress. So that's what it is. And I didn't know. They said anywhere from 9 to 5. I didn't know what time they were going to come. So I didn't want to just get in the middle of doing cards and doing readings and then they show up. So I was like, okay. Exactly. And it's like, why would you rent this? And then when I talked to the property manager, she acted like she was completely surprised. Like she had no idea. She was like, really? I'm like, no one mentioned this to you? Even maintenance had to mention to you, like, oh my God, this is wow. I mean, I understand everybody wants to make money, but come on now. Let's come on now. So that's what it is. Tizzy-o, tizzy-a. So that's why I hope they can get it right. Hey, Carolyn. Hi. So yeah, that's what I was hoping to get it right today. So that's what's going on over here in my world. And need I mention asthma, bronchitis, and seasonal allergies? Or y'all just didn't care and you was hoping I wasn't going to freaking say anything, but it's so bad. How can anyone not know it's that bad? So either way, so that's what's going to happen. So any moment they'll be knocking on the door to do something in the vents that's supposed to do something in the vents that's supposed to do something in the vents. And I guess it's a deodorizer. And I told her, I said, does this mean they have to come in and do multiple treatments? Or is this a one time? Oh, no, they said usually one time is good enough. Someone is lying. Someone is lying. And they may need to come back in here and use a different kind of paint that can neutralize this shit because it is serious. Okay? It is serious. So that's what. How are you guys faring with the virus that's going on right now? I don't want to get too crazy with it. Exactly. But tell me, how are you guys faring? Are you good? Are y'all fearful? Are you at peace? Are you chilling? Are you acclimating to working at home? How you balancing the babies? Are they driving you crazy? Are you wanting to send your teacher on a week's vacation now because you appreciate her so much more? Like what's going on with you guys? And I'm gonna take a bite of my bagel while I wait to see what y'all saying. Shay, do you have kids at home or is it just you? Okay. Okay. Are you single, Shay? Are you in by yourself? Hey, Court. So you're missing people, Carolyn? You know what I think it is for me? Because I have two businesses. I work from home and I'm used to being home. Okay. I'm used to being home. It's like my car only moves like between one and maybe two times, maybe once every 2 weeks or so. Like once a week, maybe. Sometimes once every 2 weeks. Like I very rarely go anywhere. You know what I mean? So I'm used to being home. I think the issue for me is knowing that I can't. Well, you know, knowing that I can't. I think that can't thing is what does it, right? It's like you can't do this and you need to stay home. I think that's what's been making me feel like, and I'm like, stop it, girl. You don't go nowhere anywhere. Well, at least not during those times. Summertime, I definitely do the outdoor concerts. So I'm very, very, very like, I don't want to miss our outdoor concerts. That is like the highlight of my summers. The last Wednesday of every month, we have a stupid, ridiculous, free outdoor concert. Yeah, it's hot as hell when you first get out there. It's all of that. But as the sun starts going down, the concert, the breeze comes through, the energy is good, people are having drinks and we're dancing. I want the concerts. Freak everything else. I'm ready for the concerts. And listen, I want to get out here and wear my dresses. Okay. And it is. And I think some people think that I've been very obsessed because all I do damn near is post about the coronavirus. But that is the geek in me because I'm very interested and fascinated by this shit. Because most times when we think of pandemics, these are things you heard of in the 1817s, the bubonic plague, what was it? What are some of the other ones? The Black Death or the you know what I'm saying? Like these excuse me, outbreaks that have taken hundreds and thousands of lives. How often will, I mean, in people's, even in a century, will you ever hear pandemic? I mean, yes, we did have that H1N1 for a little bit. And what was the other one? The bird flu. Yeah, we had those, but not like, and what was the other one? Was it the bird flu? What was the one that was happening not that long ago? Within probably the last 5 years. What the hell was it? Come on, y'all, help me. Y'all know. Not SARS. There was something that was happening where they started isolating people, and they actually started doing the isolation down here. Was it the bird flu? Ebola? Was it Ebola? That's one of them. But what is the one that wasn't that long ago? Probably within the last 5 years. Was it the bird flu? And Ebola? Ebola's been around for a long time. Let me think. Because we were quarantining people here. Come on, guys. Help me out. There was some virus or something that was within the last 5 years, and people were actually being quarantined here in Atlanta with the CDC. And they were asking, is it the bird flu? Dang, y'all. Because people was like, did you have it? And they were like, people, I thought Ebola's been around for 50 years. I don't remember that name. I mean, I know Ebola. Let me understand what I'm saying. I recognize Ebola, but it was something else. And I thought people were saying something about Haiti, and they were saying, had you traveled? And they were, damn, what was it? outbreak in the last, look, Google better work today, in the last 5 years in the US. And of course, it came from somewhere else. Let me think of it. Okay, look, I got an outbreak based upon years. Let me go back. So 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me go back to 2016 and see what it was called. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, but this is bothering me now. I need to know what it was called. Because I'm like, I don't recall. Swine flu? You guys are awesome. It's been out for years, but it was an outbreak. It's been around. The difference was we had a competent leader. Let me see. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, but my mind. Okay. Was it Zika? I'm seeing something here talking. It was Zika. I knew I was going to get it, guys. It came out in March of 2016, and it was the Zika virus. Remember? I know it was kind of short and fleeting, but remember, pregnant women, it was making their babies come out to be dysfunctional. The Zika virus. Yes, it hit March 4th, 2016, in St. Martin in the Netherlands as well. And then Zika, the babies. Yeah, see, I knew I was going to get it. I know y'all was like, look, honey, we telling you it's Ebola, okay? She only like to listen to the spirits. I was listening to you guys, but I knew it had a different name, and it was the Zika. Okay, there we go. It was the Zika virus. And then let me see. Let me just go back 1 year before that to 2015. Oh, actually, the Zika broke out in 2015. Zika broke out in 2015. And let me think. I'm literally on the CDC's website because you can literally see based upon the year when shit happened. Okay. Yep, and you're right. I do see that in 2014 also is where the Ebola broke out. That Ebola boy, that Ebola. Now, I did that. Okay, now I want to see 2017 to see if I see another name that I'm thinking of. Listen, there was some shit out here y'all didn't even know about. Okay, y'all better check this website out. Oh my gosh. There was a disease. I'm just going to go ahead. Right here, there was one called, let me see, meningococcal septicemia associated with attending a funeral in Liberia. That was July 6, 2017. Well, I didn't do it, so post it again, Shay, just maybe worded differently. So this is 2017. Let me see what 2018 has to say. Yes, you're right. The Ebola hit again in 2018. Boy, monkeypox. I didn't even know about that. Monkeypox. It just don't even sound good. It don't even sound like nothing you even want to deal with. Monkeypox. Okay, let me see. All right. I'm almost done, guys. I got fascinated. So anyway, Yep, that Ebola, boy. Why it keep coming back? The Ebola keeps coming back. It keeps coming back, man. Oh, October 22nd of 2019, measles hit the scene in Lebanon. Dang. Wow. September 2019, September 24th in 2019, Democratic Republic of the Congo. That Ebola, yo. Can you imagine us dealing, and I'm not trying to wish no bad shit on us, but can you imagine us dealing with two freaking pandemics at the same time? If we, I mean, like in the United States, if we were dealing with freaking Ebola and freaking this shit, I call it Vona. I know. I call it Vona. I'm like dealing with Vona right now. Craziness. Craziness. And Ebola's still around. It's in the Congo. It's in the Congo. But that goes to show that you can have a virus that can be around and it can still take a while and can't get rid of it. This shit been around for years and still can't get rid of it. Still can't vaccinate against it. Something to go on with that, man. All right, anyway. Dengue fever in Chile, February 22nd of 2020. All right. The moral of the story is I'm very fascinated by it. So I've been watching this shit since the beginning. And I had people say, oh, it's not going to affect us. And something about it, my mind was like, I was like, nah. And I got this channel on my phone where it's called Smart News. I don't know if you guys have it. It came with the phone. I didn't download the app, but it shows different articles. It can show politics. It can show sports. It can show different channels. And from the beginning, I had my eye on the I had my eye on this virus here, okay? And because of that, it made me start to um it made me start to track it. So then they made a channel talking about the coronavirus channel. I have been tracking it. And I would honestly have to say that I believe out of all of my friends on Facebook, I believe I'm the go-to person that people come and check in because I'm always posting updated information. I mean, let's talk about some numbers right now, okay? I'm going to just say now, now, it says worldwide, there are 434. Well, actually, we know that's not. Hold on. Let's get this number together. Worldwide cases right now, 1,498,833. Out of all of that, recovered is 337,074. Deaths are 89,733. This is worldwide now. Okay, this is worldwide. Okay, that's what's fucking popping with that. Okay, now let's deal in the U.S. In the U.S., we have 434,861 confirmed cases. Recovered out of all them freaking people, man, only 24,146 have recovered so far. Deaths, there are 14,814 deaths right now in the United States. Okay, and okay, so let's look at. I want to get into Georgia specifically. Okay, here we go. I'm pulling it up. There are 19 new coronavirus cases. I'm sorry, 19 new coronavirus deaths, which brings Georgia's death toll to 350 so far. Cases top 9K. We had, and this was put out. This was 2 days ago. So you know this shit's outdated. Let me find something that's like today. We need some updated stuff. Matter of fact, if you don't know this, there is a channel called COVID-19 Information Center. It's right on Facebook, right where you kind of go to the lines and find everything. It's there. So here we go. Pretty much what I just told you about the numbers. Here we go. Global confirmed cases, 1,498,833 total. Deaths are 89,733. This is global. And total recovered, 337,074. U.S. confirmed cases, 432,438. Deaths are 14,808. Total recovered only 24,125. Okay. So those is the facts. So, Courtney, to speak on what you just said, it says that Black Americans face alarming rates of coronavirus infection in some states, way more. But let me go down to the bottom where it starts talking about specifically the coronavirus, okay? As of April 8th, okay, so this will give me something for specifically for April 8th. And it has a map. All right. I'm going to pull this up. Now, Georgia, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see. See if you guys can see this. Can you see that map? Look where Georgia and Florida are the same. We are one of the worst. Wow, Texas is right there. You see New York and New Jersey done spread out. Oh, yes, I posted about that. Absolutely. It should absolutely be included. So it states that in Georgia, let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to. You know, from the very beginning, I knew that they were not telling the truth. I knew from the very beginning when they kept saying, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. You're telling people, wash your hands, wash your hands. And then you're saying, stay 6 feet apart. I knew then it was airborne. I knew then it was airborne. I'm like, why are they not just saying it's airborne? It's airborne. I knew that. Let me see. So I'm trying to see if I can get, because the other day I literally had the stats on the report. Let me see. And of course, we have the shelter in place. Is there anyone that doesn't have a shelter in place right now? Let's talk about it. Okay, and Georgia only has 5 counties that have not had a confirmed case yet. But again, a lot of people can't even get tested. Here we go. Georgia's coronavirus cases exceed 6,700 as death rises to 219. Let's see. What does it say? The number of confirmed corona cases in Georgia has increased to 6,742, up by 359 cases in the last 24 hours. It says of the confirmed COVID cases, statewide, 74 cases have been reported in southern Georgia with 5 new cases. Fulton County still has the highest. I live in Fulton County. Fulton County still has the highest number of confirmed cases in Georgia with 9,970 and 28 deaths. Now, that's crazy. They must be wrong. I don't think it's 9,000. I think it's 997. I think that's wrong. That can't be right. It has to be a typo. I think it's like 997. I don't think it's 9,000. Still has the highest number. We have 900. I think it's 997. I really think that that's wrong. Because it says Dougherty County has had 31 reported deaths, the most of any county in the state, and 688 confirmed cases. Okay. So I believe we're at 997. I think they fucked up and added a 0 to it. But the moral of the story is shit is real. You know, I know that we were all upset and saying, oh my God, I can't believe people are stockpiling. Guess what? Guess they had it right. Because I sure went to Walmart the other day and there was like maybe 12 packs of meat, 12 packs of chicken. Okay. Not a beef in sight. There was like some little packs of hamburger, but just all the way down, nothing. Nothing. I was like, eggs were gone. Loaf of bread is like $3. I was like, I can get this shit from the dollar store. Crazy. Okay. I said, I bet you some of y'all gonna become a vegan now. What you gonna eat if you can't get your hands on no meat? You're gonna eat some vegetables and be healthier for it. Let me see what some of y'all have been talking about. Absolutely. Shay, I actually posted where I believe it was in Monroe, Georgia, is where those coffins were outside of Georgia, waiting for a pandemic to happen. And it did. Yeah, no celebrities. And I'm gonna be honest, all the pictures that I'm seeing of people posting about people that passed, I didn't see any Black people. I thought that was kind of strange. So I hear them saying that we're at risk, but I don't see them. I haven't seen one picture posted of anyone Black that passed away from it. Not saying they haven't. I haven't. Everybody I see on it about it has been white. And I was like, that's weird. We've been without a paycheck for 4 weeks. It's been a struggle. Well, those stimulus checks went out, started going out today. Okay. Well, also, some people believe that the testing is what's actually infecting someone. So someone asked a question on a post, and the person who made the post actually thought, she said, how many of y'all have lost anybody through the coronavirus, that you actually know someone who passed away? And this guy said, has all of these people passed away in a hospital, or has anyone passed away outside of it? She took it offensively and was like, not today. You're not going to fucking come on my post and disrespect people who have lost their family. And she was like, that's not a valid question. And he came back and said, actually, I think it is valid. And it made sense. It really did. And I co-signed on it. And I said, well, actually, it is a good question, because what he was saying is he found that people who so-called had it but stayed home, They got better. They eventually got better. They recovered. But the people who went to the fucking hospital, they died. So that makes you wonder too. Why are people passing in the hospital more so than the people that are staying home and fighting this shit? What's going on in the hospitals? So I have had people that said that they believed that the testing is making people sick. The people who actually go, and I've had some theories on people talking about that 5G that Renee was talking about, and that they were saying that that 5G was on their land, sticking it up in people's noses, and that's how it was. And again, I'm not going to neither confirm nor deny. I have no idea. But how many people are passing away that are literally in the hospital? How many people? So let's see. We've been blessed with amazing pantries. Yes, they are giving checks, but the people higher up are not showing, which is why they will sit back and have us not working for a month. But at the same time, also, Shay, the money that they are giving to people, to businesses, those loans, they are giving it to them if they only promise to continue to pay their employees. Okay, so some people are like, yeah, they're giving these people all the money, but they're not, because they're saying if you pay, you keep paying your employees, even though they're not working, we will give you this money and you don't have to pay it back. So I just want to speak to that. A lot of Black first responders are dying, as well as Black essential workers. You think they are testing you, but that's what people are saying, Shay. It's more contagious at hospitals, harder to social distance. This is true. This is true. This is true. We are in some serious time, but I'll say what I said before, which is we have got to keep peace in our hearts, peace in our minds. Okay? Keep peace. Do not let yourself be stressed out about shit you can't do nothing about. Do what you can do, let go, and let God on the rest, and let it go. Okay? Keep peace in your home and keep peace in your heart and in your minds. That's it. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. I just think it's fascinating, and not fascinating and fascinating like this shit spread like wildfire. And the truth is, I don't think, listening to this doctor who was of infectious disease, and I forget his name, but I did post a video about him. He thinks that just like influenza, how we have our seasons and then it can go away and then it can come back, he believes that in the summer months it will fade, but that it's going to come right the freak back as soon as influenza season comes back around. That's something to think about. That's something to think about. That's something to consider. Just because they open up the floodgates and say, okay, you guys can go outside now, you go ahead. You go ahead and go out and go to these concerts and be in these bars and be in these small confined spaces if you want. I just think this is something that is going to take a while, because it only takes one infected person. As you see, one infected person has infected 1.4 million people. All it takes is for one person to get it. All it takes is for one person to have it before you know another 1.4 million people. So be wise, y'all. Be smart. Okay. My baby is a medical assistant. They just put her in the hospital in the COVID unit. She has no idea what she's doing, and she's on nights. Please keep my Marley Celestial in your prayers. It's resurfacing in China because they let up and now travelers are bringing it back. Absolutely, Carolyn. And this is another thing. This is what they also don't tell you. And I'll tell you the rebuttal to what someone else had said. That there is someone who said that's why it's going to happen to us because exactly. Well, if you remember, and again, I can almost say I'm a goddamn professional on this, because I'm telling you, I have really, I have really, I have really stayed with this, okay? And the original 200 people, that were infected in Wuhan, okay? Those 200 people, once they finished the quarantine and all of that and were so-called cured and could leave, a lot of those fucking people retested positive. Now, some people says, well, it's like any virus. Once you have a virus and just like chickenpox, once you get chickenpox and once chickenpox is gone, you will forever be test positive for it because it will always stay in your body. Got it? I get that. But what it shows is those people had to test negative to leave in order to come back and test positive again. So you had to be negative to leave. This shit, if you get it once, your ass can get it again. Just like a lot of people think that chickenpox, you only get it once. Honey, I had chickenpox 2 times on my record documented. And when they said she got chickenpox, my mother like to fall out. Was like, no, what are you talking about? She doesn't, she can't. She already had it. And he was like, well, she got it. And it started on the back of my neck. That's how I got it the first time. First time it was cool. It was during school. Second time, not so cool. It was in the summertime. Couldn't play with anybody. Had to stay away from folks. So the point is, once this shit is in your system, it can always activate and reactivate if you ask me. But then I'm not a doctor. Well, you know what, Shay? Why didn't they been shut down a lot of shit? And let's be very clear, okay? I know I'm sounding like a news reporter. I really should make videos about this shit because I'm telling you, I have stayed on top of this. I have stayed on top of this corona thing, okay? And this is the thing as well. It's like there is so much that they should have done. To me, I don't even think people should be allowed to leave their homes. I know that shit may not be logical, may not be reasonable. I don't think people should be allowed to leave their homes. I think everybody needs to stay the fuck home, just being real, because any exposure can make it happen. Okay. And it's like, oh gosh, I almost lost my thought on what I wanted to say about it. But this thing here is just, it is so tricky and it is so serious. And there's so many things that they did wrong from the door. They should have shut down the flying. They should have really cut it down. But again, it's about the testing, right? It's about the testing. It's just too much shit with it. It's just too much shit with it. Everything should have happened. But see, what happened was nobody didn't want to alarm people. So you notice they kind of spoon fed us shit. Oh, because let me tell you something. In the beginning, remember they were saying, oh, it's just the elderly and the babies that are affected. Did you? I wrote, listen, I actually said I was going to go back and create an album because this is so historic. I really want to create an album on this thing. I want everything I've been posting. I want it to be remembered that I have this stuff. Okay. There was, let me see, where can I get it? I got to go to my page. That's what I was going to say. Thank you so much, baby, because I really did lose my chain of thought. That's what I was going to say. So if you remember, there were like 150 people from Wuhan. After all this shit happened, they let those 120, 150 people get on a plane, flew their asses right here to Atlanta, Georgia, to the international freaking airport. The international airport. Where the fuck do you think this shit was going to hit if it didn't hit Atlanta? Come on now. You knew it was going to hit Atlanta. Right here, international airport. Let those 120, 150 people be on a plane with regular people. And surprised that people got sick. And they was like, oh, nobody got sick from the plane. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. Stop it. Stop it. I hear what you're saying, Courtney, and I ain't saying you wrong, but they're not testing positive because they have the antibodies. They're testing positive for the virus. Period. They testing positive for the virus. Let me see. Let me see. What am I looking for? Hmm. What am I looking for? I'm trying to see. Let me see what I'm trying to show. Mm-mm. I think Italy had the right idea. I think when Italy turned around and shut shit all the way down, I just think that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I'm trying to see what I can find on it. I can't find what I was looking for, guys, but the point is people tested people testing positive after. I'm trying to find the articles because I done posted all about this stuff. I done posted everything. I need to move this shit into an album because this right here is as horrible it is as it is. It is absolutely, it is absolutely historical. Okay. But anyway, the moral of the story is you hear the birds? I'm telling you, where I moved is the birds. They just wake me up every morning and everything. It tests you for exposure, not for actually having it. Have y'all seen the video of how the testing goes? Who hasn't seen the video of the testing? I will show y'all right now. Have y'all seen how the testing goes? That, I mean, it looked like it's in her cranium. I'm like, it's in your brain. Literally, it's up here. It's crazy. I can't. I cannot. Let me see. Exactly. That's why I'm not doing it. Let me see.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. Oh, breathe. Breathe through your mouth. Finish your clock. Oh, I know, sweetheart. I wish there was a better way to test it. Oh, oh,
That shit is what? Looked like it stabbed her in the brain. And did you see the way it clicked at the last minute when it went up? Click, click. Hell no.
All right, ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. And we're done.
I just want y'all to see how it goes up again.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. There we go.
That last jug did me in, y'all. That last jug did me in. I won't be getting tested either. I'm good on that shit. Yes, it is. To test for the virus. And even though to me it looked like it went up, when I was working the other day, I spoke to a woman who's doing the testing, and she says it's actually, she said it kind of isn't going up, it's kind of going down, but that ain't what I got. To me, that shit look up because you seen her do like this to the forehead, so that's like it's up here. But she said it actually goes up and then it goes down into the back of the throat. That looked like some up in your cranium stuff to me. I have no idea, but it's fascinating. I've watched this thing just grow. Matter of fact, if y'all don't mind, let me grab my phone real quick because I can see what's popping new on the channel, on the Corona channel. Okay. Let's see what's popping on the Corona channel. Let me see. Let's go to my Corona channel. Corona. Oh, so the other day, one of the doctors who is, because they are putting the virus in people, why would they have to put it in that far? 5G. I don't know. But he said that even I believe it's the Surgeon General, says that they believe that our Pearl Harbor is coming. Like we haven't even begun to see the peak of it. Like within the next week or two, like it's going to peak. And this other doctor, like I said, he said that it'll be coming back in coronavirus. Doctor who warned Prime Minister about PPE dies with COVID-19. Dr. Fauci said, I don't think we should ever shake hands again. Fauci outlines return to normal once coronavirus outbreak weakens. Let me see if he's saying anything about when he thinks it's going to weaken. Let's see what he says.
Here to pick up the same prescription. They both know drug costs are out of control. But one of them is taking back control with GoodRx. So while he's paying that much, she's paying this much. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Okay.
Joining us now is Dr. Anthony Fauci, the face of the U.S. response to the virus. He's the longtime director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Dr. Fauci, good morning. Good to see you again, sir.
Good to be with you.
Over the weekend on one of the Sunday shows, you were very direct. You said, we are still struggling to get this virus under control. Is that still the case this morning?
Yes, it is, I would say, because as you can see, the deaths, the number of deaths and the cases that we're seeing right now are really validating what we said, that this is going to be a very bad week on the one hand. But on the other hand, as you can see, there are some glimmers of hope, particularly when you look at the situation in New York, where the number of hospitalizations, requirements for intensive care and intubation over the last few days have actually stabilized and starting to come down. So even though we're seeing that increase in deaths, as we've seen, unfortunately, like yesterday, was the worst day for deaths that we've seen thus far. But what feeds that is the number of new cases, and I believe, and many do, that the mitigation, the physical separation that we've initiated is starting to have a real effect now. So we are hoping, with cautious optimism, that at the same time we're in for a bad week, we're going to start to see a turnaround. So we need to just hope that that happens. I think it will.
Yeah. Is that the flattening of the curve that everybody so famously talks about in New York? Are we seeing the flattening of the curve in this first initial hotspot?
You know, I don't want to jump the gun on that, Savannah, but I think that is the case. You want to see a steady, several-day program and profile like that. I think that's what's going on. I'm always very cautious about jumping the gun and saying, well, we have turned the corner. But I think we are really looking at the beginning of that, which would really be very encouraging. We need that right now.
The initial projections, which took a lot of people's breath away, was potentially 100 to 240,000 deaths in this country. Now we have data, not just models, but actual data to plug in and assess. Do you think the number of fatalities in this country will be significantly lower than the 100,000 to 240,000 first projected?
No.
I do, and I believe that the mitigation, I think the American public have done a really terrific job of just buckling down and doing those physical separation and adhering to those guidelines. As I've told you on the show, models are really only as good as the assumptions that you put into the model. But when you start to see real data, you can modify that model, and the real data are telling us that it is highly likely that we're having a definite positive effect by this mitigation things that we're doing, this physical separation. So I believe we are going to see a downturn in that, and it looks more like the 60,000 than the 100 to 200,000. But having said that, we better be careful that we don't say, okay, we're doing so well, we could pull back. We still have to put our foot on the accelerator when it comes to the mitigation and the physical separation.
You weighed in on a theory that's been floating around that perhaps the number of fatalities related to COVID-19
All right, Renee.
inflated because people are actually dying of other things. What's your read on that theory?
You know, Savannah, there is absolutely no evidence that that's the case at all. You know, I think it falls under the category of something that's very unfortunate, these conspiracy theories that we hear about. Every time we have a crisis of any sort, there's always this popping up of conspiracy theories. I think the deaths that we're seeing are coronavirus deaths, and the other deaths are not being counted as coronavirus deaths.
It is on the flip side of that.
So,
Do you
let
think
me
there's
see how long
potential
this
that we're
is.
undercounting coronavirus deaths? Because
Yeah, that video is too long. I'm not going to go all that way. But anyway, I love the conversation. I love the feedback. I like hearing what you guys have to say. You all made very good points. I just think it's something that we have to take serious. We need to do our part, stay our asses home if we can, and just protect ourselves when we do go out and be around other people, okay? I love you all. And you know what I always say? Don't work outside in, work inside out. Begin within. See you tomorrow.